Hello children. In previous class we have seen the types of chemical reactions. In that we have seen combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Now let us see the remaining ones. The third type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. Definition of displacement reaction. In displacement, more active element displaces less active element. These are also called single displacement reactions. So, let us here we have A element plus B, C compound. Now, A is more reactive than B. More reactive than B. So, it gets A displaces push of B. A displaces push of B and combined with C. So, now B is alone here. So, we have AC plus B. A plus BC gives to AC plus B. This is the displacement reaction. As we saw here, the more active is A is displacing the less active element of B. Now, how do we know which element is more reactive than the other? In chemistry, we have a reactivity series here. What do you look like for metals? Metals on the top are more reactive, and as you move down, the reactivity decreases. For example, if you look here, sodium is more reactive than iron. Sodium is more reactive than iron. Hydrogen also in this list, even though it's not the non-metal, because it's electropositive in nature and can be displaced by metals. There is also reactivity series for non-metals. This is the non-metals reactivity series. The halogens, this is what simple reactivity series for important halogens look like. Fluorine. Fluorine is most reactive, and iodine. Fluorine is most reactive and iodine is the least reactive. Fluorine is most reactive and iodine is the least reactive. Now let's look at some examples of displacement reactions. We have here zinc plus hydrochloric acid. Now zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. Zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. According to the reactivity series, it can displace it, so we get zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Let us write balanced equation. Zinc plus hydrogen chloride acid, zinc chloride plus hydrogens. This is the balanced equation. This is the displacement reactions. And other example is potassium iodide, potassium iodide plus chlorine. These examples involves non-metals. Chlorine is more reactive than iodine. Chlorine is more reactive than iodine. So, chlorine can displace iodine from potassium. Chlorine can displace iodine from potassium. Iodide, and we get potassium chloride and potassium chloride and iodine. Balanced equation: potassium iodide plus chlorine, potassium chloride plus iodine. Balanced equation. So here we have displacement of non-metals. Displacement of non-metal. Now let's try predicting next reactions. Fourth one, double displacement reaction. What happens when an iron nail is placed in copper sulfate solution? Copper sulfate solution. First, let's write down the reactants. Here we have iron plus copper sulfate. Now we have know that iron is more reactive than copper. More reactive than copper. Now we know that iron is more reactive than copper. So iron is go to displace copper from copper sulfate. And what are we going to get in displacement reaction? Copper plus iron sulfate. We can even predict the observations based on these reactions. So we know that copper sulfate is blue in color and iron sulfate is green in color. So the color solution is go to change from blue to green, and since you have copper deposits here, you are going to get reddish brown color. Copper going to get reddish brown color. If a copper piece is placed in iron sulfate solution, what are the products now? Copper plus iron sulfate, this is going to be no reaction. Because copper is below iron in the reactivity series. Copper is below in the iron reactivity series. Previously we did displacement and single displacement reaction. Now let's take look at double displacement reactions. In a double displacement reaction, In a double displacement reaction, two compounds reacts with each other and exchange their ions to form two new compounds. So let's go ahead to try two equations. AB and CD. Now there is an exchange of ions and we get two new compounds. AB plus CD gives to CB plus AD. This is a double displacement reaction. Now you may be thinking, do we need to use reactivity series? Are you get for double displacement reaction? No. Reactivity series is only used for single displacement reactions, because if you look at the displacement, we can't say A is displacing D and C is displacing B. It's simpler exchange their ions. So remember, reactivity series only for single displacement reactions. Now let's look some examples of double displacement reactions. Examples of double displacement reaction. We have here silver nitrate and sodium chloride. It analyzes the reaction. Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride gives to silver ions, nitrate cations plus sodium ions, chlorine. So we have silver ion nitrate and sodium ion, this positive symbol is ion, we have to say positive symbols ion, sodium ion chloride. Now you can exchange the cations. So let's exchange the cation. Na ions nitrate plus Ag silver ions chlorine. Here you see Na exchange to here and Ag exchange to second products. So we get Na ions nitrate plus silver ions chlorine. So now write balanced equations. Silver nitrate plus NaCl gives to sodium ions nitrate plus silver ions chloride. This is the balanced equations. This is also called double displacement reactions. Remember, exchange the cations or the anions. Don't exchange both cations or anions, otherwise you will get back the original cations like this. Otherwise you will get original reactions. Another examples. Second example, NaOH plus HCl. Again, let's go ahead exchange the cations. We will get NaCl plus H2O water. Do you know another name of reactions? The reaction is neutralization reaction. Because NaOH is neutralize HCl acid to produce water and salt. NaOH is base, HCl is acid. Now let's try predicting our next reactions. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide. First, let's write down the formula of the reactants. Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide. Next, we are going to cut the reactants into their respective ions. Lead positive, nitrate plus potassium ions, iodine anions. Now let's exchange lead and potassium ions. What I am going to get? Potassium ions, nitrate anions plus lead ions, iodine. Now lead iodine is insoluble in water. It forms a precipitate. It also called a precipitation reaction. And since lead nitrate yellow color, we are going to get a yellow precipitate. So now we have to write balanced equations. Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives to potassium nitrate plus lead iodide, balanced equation. Next, finally, let's look fifth and final types of reactions. Fifth types, redox reaction. Definition of redox reaction. Redox transfer for reduction and oxidation. In these reactions, one substance is being reduced and the other oxidized. First, let's understand meaning of oxidation and reduction. In simple terms, oxidation means addition of oxygen, and reduction means addition of hydrogen. So now let's go ahead, make a table, oxidation versus reduction. Let's see differences between oxidation and reduction. First point, addition of oxygens, similarly addition of hydrogen. Second, removal of hydrogen and reductions, removal of oxygens. And third point of oxidation, addition of non-metal or electronegative element. Similarly, third point of reduction, addition of metal or electropositive element. Then fourth point of oxidation, removal of metal or electropositive elements. Fourth point of reduction, removal of non-metal or electronegative elements. The fifth point of oxidation, loss of electrons, and similarly reduction, gain of electrons. The sixth point, oil stands for oxidation in loss of electrons. And last point of the reduction, reduction is gain of electrons. Now let's look at examples of reduction. Copper oxide plus hydrogen gives to copper plus water. Now let's take a look at the reductions of point. Copper oxide is losing their oxygen. Copper oxide is losing their oxygen and becoming copper. And hydrogen oxidized given in oxygen becoming water. So hydrogen is getting oxygen is becoming water. Oxidize in these reactions, and remember always the reactants gets oxidized or reduced, not the products. In these reactions, hydrogen is helping copper oxide. Hydrogen is helping copper oxide to get reduced copper. So hydrogen is a reducing agent, and copper oxide is helping hydrogen get oxidized. To water, copper oxide is acting the oxidizing agent. This is the reduction and oxidation reactions. Today's homework, you have to learn and write all the types of chemical reactions of definition and also their equations, and differences between oxidation and reactions. For all the points you have to learn and write. Tomorrow you have to send the homework. Thank you.